I caught a video last week discussing how someone was getting their daily information infusion, and I was inspired by what they were saying, in particular the sources that they were going to. So inspired, in fact, that I decided I would start doing these videos. So bear with me as I figure out this whole talking to the world in 3 minutes thing. With that said, welcome to 3 Minute Media Literacy. The goal here is to give you some quick tips and tricks on how to navigate our media saturated space. I'm your host, Doc Tima, and this time around we're going to talk about the news. So when I'm teaching my students, particularly in introductory courses, one of the first things I do is talk about news sources versus media sources. Particularly in our 24/7, 365 news cycle, it can get easily become overwhelming. When it happens, we often retreat to places that feel comfortable and familiar. When it comes to our media, that means we probably end up in lovely information silos and echo chambers where we are continually experiencing what is called confirmation bias because, well, everything we see we absolutely agree with. And that makes us feel good. Unfortunately, these opinion pieces, and they usually are opinion pieces, are deemed fact. Further, they are deemed news. A fun fact, the news it should be boring. True journalism is not easy. The CEO and co-founder of Axios, when speaking to the National Press Club, said as much, and I'm going to have the link to that speech down below somewhere. It's worth watching. Journalism is hard work. It is research and fact checking and confirming sources and second sources, and then hopefully, being sure you got it right, and then packaging it in a way that is unbiased yet acceptable to both your audiences and those who might have a stake in the game. Op-eds, cable news, talking heads, InfoWars, Pod Save America, they can be entertaining and insightful, but not news. So where should I get my information from? Well, here are my daily news sources. Number one, I go to the AP, the Associated Press. This, along with Reuters, are wire services. They're not owned by one media conglomerate or another. They're embedded reporters around the world that write the news that anchors and editors and producers then purchase to put out there. I have these apps on my phone. You get them on your phone. They're worth it. Then NPR. Well, this is where it gets tricky. So their news shows, absolutely. Morning Edition, all things considered, fantastic news shows. They're talking heads that start around 9 a.m. They're really well done investigative reporting, but those stories take time to develop and they can lean one way or the other. So, gotta be careful. Other sources are local nonprofit news agencies. Here we have both the Nebraska Examiner and Flatwater Free Press. These are nonprofit online newspapers. They are amazing news sources. They are people who used to work in the industry and now want to just do good work. Find your local nonprofit news agencies and read them, and then donate if you get a chance. So when you're looking for information and looking for good reporting, these are some sources. Anyone with a smartphone and an angle can be quite entertaining, and it's not news. Hopefully this helps. If you have any ideas on what you might want me to take 3 minutes on, let me know. Until next time.